Give her back. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. If you look at my shirt, my t-shirt, right? It says, okay, I think you can see it's pretty clear. Sure, even the beanie. Yeah. So essentially the beanie and the shirt, we're just paying homage to our man right here, who's our guest today. His name is Sizwe Daniels, also known as, affectionately known as Mr. ROCBOY. ROCBOY is in the building.
Yeah.
That's why look around you.
Yeah, no, chill.
Yeah,
no complaints.
Alright, having a good day, or it's just average?
Yeah, it's a normal day. It's just some things here and there, but yeah, no. So far so good. Sure. It's an easy day, but I'm just disappointed that you have my old t-shirts, but yeah, it's fine.
I will fix it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm sure we'll fix it. Yeah. I don't think so. You will fix it.
Yeah, I will fix it. No, from my side, I'll fix it.
Because
but yeah, anyway.
Sure. I mean, since we're talking about your gear,
yeah,
and the brand, right? ROCBOY, like, why did you go for like not DJ ROCBOY? Because I know a lot of DJs, they go DJ Mang, DJ what, and why did you just went ROCBOY?
Yeah.
Why did you lose the DJ?
I think it was an issue of when I was working with Fistus Mixwell then back in the days, and TBO-Touch before I changed the name, because I used to call myself a lot of names. Like I went from Sublime to there's a lot of names that I went from. So during that time, you always used to say, don't call me DJ Fistus Mixwell, just call me Fistus Mixwell. So I thought, but actually, why box yourself as saying DJ? Why mention, why have a prefix in it, So rather just have it as just ROCBOY as it is.
Right.
So yeah, so that's that.
Because then also as time goes, people, they want to change it to VJ now.
Yeah.
No,
definitely. So, and especially when you do like t-shirts, like DJ, ROCBOY. If it's just plain, then it's just to the point.
Alright, man. Alright. We have ROCBOY in the mood. Once we had it, man, I think let's take it back to where I first met this man. And it's quite funny, he just mentioned it. I don't know if the people that know you or your friends or people that hang around you today, I don't know if they are aware how mean you were at soccer. At it.
Not really. I was just that striker, and I remember that.
We banging the goals.
Yeah,
I remember the under 17 KFC.
Yeah, KFC. When we played School of Excellence,
sure.
We lost in the semi-finals. If I'm not mistaken.
And then short. It was like 7 of us. Because some people didn't qualify to play.
Yeah, but we went far with the tournament. But yeah, with soccer, I think my strongest point when it comes to sport was cricket more than soccer. I think my real love started that era. I was Steve Licolia then,
Sure.
But John Waity then, like moving like this. So yeah,
I think that's how it starts with all parents.
Yeah, true.
Kids.
The influence starts
at home. Because now, even now, my son, I'm pretty Marshall.
Definitely.
I'm already his Chiefs. I'm told.
Yeah.
So, what's wrong with Maela? Like,
I think because most of the time
because the on-call. I'm kidding.
No, not really. Not really.
Sure.
I think most of the time it's I try and compare him to natural left backs like Liverpool, which I support. You have a Robertson who's very quick on the left, delivers quality crosses, and So with Maela these days, I just felt like, man, he does a lot of mistakes. He always plays back. The runs that he used to do back then, he's not doing. So yeah, it's not like hate, but it's just for those few games where you feel, hey man, this guy on something, So yeah.
But do you think what do you think needs to be done, like, to deal with Sundowns? The way what Sundowns is doing currently to our league, Mfana? Like, what do you think needs to happen?
I think it's like the conversation I was listening to yesterday on the Road Magawa show, ne?
Okay.
Because some Kaizer Chiefs supporter called and said, but why can't Chiefs be like Sundowns? But I'm like, one, Sundowns had the buying power from a president who was willing to spend money to give freedom to the coach and say, look, buy all these stars and whatever. But at the end of the day, it worked out for him, because
If you look at Man City.
Yeah, look at Man City. I mean, Man City.
spent.
Man City. The only thing for them is they're not winning Champions League, but I mean they're running riot in the EPL. So I think it's made of buying power. I think with Pirates and Chiefs, the same could happen if the chairmans were not maybe too focused on other stuff, you know, because they're running SAFA, they're running PSL. Gaffer, you're chairman of Pirates, and you know, so somehow each of the Diago Patin. So I think with Motsepe, I think that's where the vision was, and paying the players what I think they feel they deserve to, you know, because I think in that way you become more motivated, you know, and. I mean, look now. The success story is just unbelievable now. You know, so yeah, you know, because that's that. But yeah, it'll be difficult to catch up. But I think Pirates one did it with under Ruud Krol with the treble. Yeah. You know, so I think
But I also think we have it the other way around. I think the other two teams, so-called big teams, out of the big three. I'm not gonna say their names. They have to catch up to Kaizer Chiefs. That's what I think.
Okay. History.
What do you think?
With history, yes. But currently you can't compare. We can't start comparing the because we'll start saying okay, Sanders is a star, Paris is a star. Where's the star from Chiefs?
Sure.
We don't see it on the jerseys, but then we're gonna talk history, you know. So that's what I'm saying. For currently, we can't compare any other team to Sanders.
Before we move on with the your Diski knowledge, you know.
Yeah.
What do you think Klopp is doing wrong since you're a Liverpool fan? Like, what do you think this season? What do you think he's doing wrong? Because clearly it's not working out.
I think because I've been complaining about Klopp for the past couple of months. I think now, I think the coach now is like Lenny. He's just complacent. I think he's playing the same players, playing the same strategy. He's not trying new formations, new players that are hungry on the bench. You know, so eventually then you start playing. I mean, it's like people will cram you. People know, these guys play on the wings. Eventually, the two striker, the three strikers obviously will start moving inwards because then the wingers are coming down the wings and then they're gonna square pass and so forth. So I think we're playing the same football, and it's been the same football for the past 3 years. So I think obviously there's injuries, but I think we need to start buying new players. You know, and things will change, but I think it's just one of those seasons. Sure. I'm not really disappointed. The only thing now I wish is that we play Champions League. That's
sure. Right, man. Right. Okay, cool. It's quite insightful coming from you. I know you got fans, like plenty fans, right? Yeah. And you know, some Babang, they don't really watch soccer, so I think Tina Sakatelela elsewhere, right? As a much, you know what I mean. So, Mbana, it's about you. I just want to find out. Like, let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, where was this man born? Where was Cs born? Okay. And how long ago? 1950, 1952.
Yeah, in the 1980s, people don't really revealing ages. Next thing they were like, so I was born and bred in Kagiso, you know. Stayed there ever since, like I said, I'm in my 30s now.
Sure.
You know, that's about it in terms of growing up, you know, and just had a nice childhood, you know, growing up.
Sure. Were you a chacharach child or you just?
I was just me. I was chilled. Me was chilled. Yeah, me I was always chilled. You know, it was always obviously playing soccer in the streets, Giants, you know, growing up, and I was never really chacharach, like we say. You know, it's just chilled, and that's about it. You know.
And so, how do you then gravitate to what you do now in this far? Because I think he does a lot of things, but music specifically, like how does that then? Within your childhood, like you just told us about you as a kid, how does now?
You know, I think as a kid the whole music thing wasn't as big from my side, but I used to have a sister and an uncle that used to do a lot of dancing. You know, never perform I used to go with them sometimes, but some of the history is blurred in my mind, but I know I used to go there I know Kagiso Hall, there used to be a lot of shows, you know, she used to do a lot of dancing. Oskido used to do dancing in my garage, Oskido, you know.
Nice.
The Oskido.
He used to tell us also American. He was from Zimbabwe, I think. Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, they used to dance together. Theo Khosinkwe, you know, from Mafikizolo. Those guys used to dance in my garage. So it was, yeah. But I didn't really see myself in that space of music and saying maybe dancer or DJ or whatever.
I think I know a couple people who are also within the same space.
Yeah.
Mafikizolo dancers, because I know Gugu, who happens to be DJ as well right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow, man, this guy is now we're in the
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just Malobanyana, Slendanyana,
You know,
much
yeah,
now it's the Kuchi life.
Soft life now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, things
it's a soft life.
completely
Change. Things change, you know. So, So yeah, but me, I can't really connect the whole DJ thing to my childhood because, like I'm saying, childhood was chilled, sports more, you know.
And then only later on
in high school, I think you know, about grade 10, maybe it's standard 8 then. Were you given options to say which career path do you want?
I think I was very confused then, you know, what do I want to do? But I think there was this thing, saying, there's this thing called sound engineering, you know, because I think that's when Proverb was one of the inspirations. Because I know I used to do sound engineering at
LNB campus.
Okay.
In Bramley. That's right. So then I was like, actually, you know what? I want to be like this guy and do sound engineering. But then that's when I discovered later that, hey man, actually there's a media school called Boston Media House, you know, which also has sound engineering, has radio broadcasting, TV production and everything, you know. So that's why I eventually ended up doing media studies.
So how does Cisco come in now in the picture?
Cisco?
Yeah, because I know this man. Tell us about Cisco, you know.
Yeah,
you were like Speedy with the towels and stuff. Tell us about that. How does that?
Hey, I don't know. I think. Hey, back then, me and my
friend back up, Kiza, we used to watch music videos, you know, and then there was this song by Cisco. I'm like, hey, this guy is actually cool, you know. Hey, there's chicks in the video.
Sure.
He's got the silver hair, you know. He looks proper. Hey, I was like, hey, me, I want to be like Cisco when I grow up. No matter what, hey, I know I want to be like Cisco.
I can tell you, you know, Americans have good PR.
Yeah, yeah.
I think America is they just sell it well.
I think they've mastered the art of putting things out there and selling a brand like it.
Because I mean, we all grew up. I mean, even the Cisco thing. I mean, also Speedy.
Yeah, Speedy actually joined that way. He used to have the towel. So
people used to.
Yeah,
people still do. They still troll him.
But
Cisco.
But me, I like Speedy. I like Cisco, not Speedy. Speedy like Cisco.
You have to clarify it. Remonstrate.
Me, I like Cisco.
Sure.
Speedy like Cisco. So we both like Cisco. I didn't like Speedy.
Okay.
Speedy was cool because if I had Bongo Mafia. Sure.
My bad. I kind of digressed, right? So, getting back to your story. Boston.
Yeah.
And then, how do you then get into Metro? Metro FM.
So I completed my studies
2007, my diploma. I specialized in radio production and journalism.
Sure.
So during that time, you know, Musake, in your final year, you have to do practicals and whatever. So we did the practicals; those were done. But I was like, actually, I need to be there, like within the industry, for me to actually gain that
knowledge. So I started engaging Fistus mixwell. You know, I started going to Metro. So I used to drive to SABC. You know, I'm like, actually, this show here Friday, it doesn't sound like it's got a producer and whatever. You know, and I'm
it's
like,
fine.
hey,
but then I used to know Modise. He's currently game
on point.
Yeah, on point. Manager Mafikizolo.
Yeah.
So I told him, look, I want to get into Metro. I don't want any other station and at that time I was very pissed off because there was 23 graduates from our radio class, and then that's when the whole thing, YFM. Why Academy starting? Why Academy? And you know, it was nothing media related. So I think that's when I think a lot of people were demoralized after that. So now I was telling Mudi, since when you know these guys, can I go Metro? So he was like, actually on a show Friday, let's go one Friday and let's go meet these guys. So Modise introduced me to Fistus Mixwell. They started a show, TBO-Touch. introduced me, told them that I'm just completing my studies, radio.
Yeah, man. So it seems like you phela a life quite interesting. And my man sees. Do people call you Sees?
You know my name.
You know my
Yeah,
sure. I want to get into something. I came across a post of yours a while ago on one of your socials, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read it now. It reads as follows: Good morning, and quick question for the ladies. How would you advise us as guys to deal with GBV extensively? Because peer-to-peer talking alone isn't enough.
What I can tell you today, you might just do the opposite tomorrow. You know, it's all in the mind, and I think I wanted to hear a perspective from the female side. You know, to say how best besides us just talking to our friends. Nothing. It's gonna take forever for GBV to end. You know, there's hope, but in my eyes, I that hope is like 10%. To be honest, you know, because like we say, patriarchy is the main thing. Female is the front runner, and she's being supported wholeheartedly. Instead, you're gonna have next president is Makashulo or Gwedemantasha or whatever. You know, no one will say, look, we're driving Lindwe Susulu, and she's not going to be contested. It's very difficult, you know. Yeah. And a very touchy subject, you know. So yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
you need to tread carefully. But I think it's also something. It also has to do with how you deal with your immediate surroundings, and as far as how you behave as the guy.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do with this is to get you to be still, and just think about where you are right now, right? So just think about. It's almost like an out of body experience. Okay. And then, like, let's say you're looking at Sizwe right now. You're looking at your life. You're looking at everything that's happening right now. What do you say to him?
Hey, I tell him to keep going. Like, hey, man, like, keep going, keep praying. You know, keep doing good. You know, keep being humble. That's it. You know, hey, life ain't easy, but hey, man, we gotta push, you know. Yeah, that's about it. But the drive is there, so just needs to push. Keep on pushing, you know.
Awesome, perfect. No, man, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you.
Definitely.
I appreciate you coming through, man. I appreciate the kind of guy you are, and you know, so much happened, obviously, building up to this interview. And man, I guess I kind of remembered the kind of person I know who you are, whom I used to know back in the day. So I really appreciate it. And I just want to say, Mvana, keep going, keep doing what you do. And thanks, all the best with everything that you're setting your sights on. So how can people, you know, get to follow you? How can they get to book you? How do they your socials?
I'm available on all social media platforms. Sizwe ROCBOY, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. My numbers are there as well, so that's where you can find me. You can just click like, follow, or retweet, or whatever issues.
Sure.
You'll find us there in the thick of things.
Ladies and gents, Sizwe Daniels, aka Mr. ROCBOY. Okay, no, let me remove the Mr. because this man is a brand. ROCBOY. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now my socials is Usiyabooi, CYABOOI. All across our socials, and then also you can get us on Kasi Frequency, right? And you can get us on Mogale channels. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also remember, if you're on the YouTube, just make sure you share, you click like, and then you share, you subscribe as well. You know, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's our show, folks.